We hear all the time about making AI more human, more empathetic. But what does that actually mean? It's way more than just a friendly voice. It's about a really fundamental challenge. Can we build machines that truly, genuinely get us? And maybe more importantly, what happens when we get it wrong?
Well, this is what happens. This pretty terrifying headline from Stanford research shows that in the most delicate, high-stakes situations, our attempts at AI empathy can be worse than useless. They can be dangerous. Instead of helping people, they can actually amplify harm. It's a serious wake-up call.
And that brings us to the big question, right? With all this insane processing power, why do these systems so often and so badly miss the point when it comes to human interaction? To figure that out, we've got to look at AI's core problem with empathy.
So here's the thing. AI models are absolutely brilliant at finding and matching patterns. But human emotion? It's not a neat pattern. It's messy, it's personal, it's unique. And that leads to this problem called overly generalized reasoning. Okay, so what that means is an AI might learn a general rule like, hey, if someone says they're sad, you should offer encouragement. But it can't tell the difference between someone just having a bad day and someone in a deep, personal crisis who needs a totally different kind of response. This failure to get the specific context is where it all falls apart, especially in critical areas like mental health, where one size definitely doesn't fit all. So, if the AI has an empathy problem, the solution seems obvious, right? Let's just teach it. Let's try to program compassion right into its code. And that idea is the driving force behind a really fascinating field. It's called compassionate AI, a concept really championed by the AI scientist Sri Amit Ray. The vision here is huge, and it's a good one, to move from just cold calculating machines to systems that actually get and align with our deepest human values. But how on earth do you even start to do that?
Well, the main method they use is something called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF. Basically, it's a three-step process. First, you show the AI a ton of really good, compassionate examples written by actual people. Then you have humans act like judges, ranking the AI's own attempts from best to worst. And finally, you basically tell the AI your one and only job is to get the highest score possible from those human judges. Now, this whole feedback thing isn't just random thumbs up, thumbs down. It's super structured. People like Sri Amit Ray have developed these detailed frameworks, like these ethical AI indexes. So the human reviewers aren't just saying, I like this one better. They're literally scoring the AI on specific things, like an empathy quotient or a vulnerability safeguard score. It's a really systematic attempt to engineer a better AI. Okay, this all sounds pretty great in theory. A structured, ethical, human-guided process. What could go wrong? Well, it turns out there's a really deep philosophical problem hiding right in the middle of it all, because just chasing a high score is not the same thing as genuine understanding.
And here's the issue. By training an AI to just maximize a reward score, we're basically building a system that's playing a video game. It's all about following the rules to get the most points. But that's not how human morality works at all, especially when it comes to caring about each other.
And this slide just breaks down that disconnect perfectly. Drawing on the incredible work of philosopher Carol Gilligan, we can see two totally different ways of thinking about good. On the one side, you've got justice-based ethics. It's all about universal rules, being impartial. That's how a score-chasing AI thinks. But then you have the ethics of care, which asks a completely different question. What does this specific person in this specific situation need from me right now? It's all about context and relationships. As researchers Elmazri and Snowswell put it so well, we don't walk around with a little moral scoreboard in our heads. We think about the real impact of our actions on the people around us. An AI trained with this method is just playing a game to win points. A caring human is building a relationship. They're not the same thing. Okay, so if trying to program compassion is basically a dead end, what's the alternative? Well, the answer seems to lie in a totally different way of thinking. The goal shifts from trying to replace human judgment to creating a system that amplifies it. And this is the whole idea behind human-centered AI, or HCAI. And it's a huge shift. The AI is no longer the star of the show trying to act human. Instead, it's a powerful tool designed to make us better, to enhance our own intelligence, our own empathy, our own decision-making. Its job is to empower us, not replace us. I know that might sound a little abstract, so let's look at a real-world example. Check this out. It's a prototype system for a retail company. You have human managers and an AI, and they're both looking at data about product returns. The AI is amazing at crunching the numbers and seeing big picture patterns, but the humans bring the context. They know about a recent marketing campaign or a known flaw in a product, stuff the raw data could never tell you. So how do you actually build one of these powerful hybrid intelligence teams? It's not as simple as just sticking a person and an AI in the same virtual room. It all comes down to a few really clear design principles that make this partnership actually work. All right, principle number 1 is all about amplifying decision-making. This table shows you exactly how it works. If the human and the AI both agree on something, great, you've got high confidence. But the really valuable magic moments are here, in the middle, when they disagree. A contradiction isn't a mistake, it's a signal. The system is basically yelling at you, hey, dig deeper. There's something important here that neither of you is seeing on your own. And this isn't just a theory. People who've used these systems get it immediately. This quote from someone in that retail study says it all. The human intelligence, the HI, brings context and experience. The AI brings the hard facts. It's not a competition. They're two different kinds of smart that perfectly complement each other. And the other two principles build right on top of that. To fight bias, you don't just count on one human's gut feeling. You design the system so it brings in multiple, diverse human perspectives. And, this is so important, you design it for learning for both sides. It creates this loop where humans and the AI are constantly learning from each other. And that right there is the ultimate goal. You're creating a virtuous cycle, an upward spiral. The system gets better over time. Not just because the code gets an update, but because the entire human-machine team is learning and growing together. Better human insights make for a better AI, which gives the humans even better insights. It just keeps getting better. So, in the end, this whole search for a more attuned AI might not be about creating a perfect machine that can fake compassion. Maybe the real challenge, and the much bigger opportunity, is to ask a totally different question. Are we just trying to build a smarter tool? Or are we finally learning how to build a better partner?